Hey guys, that's a little preview of the same song that I played the last time. The way you're going to play it by the time we're done with these 7 videos. But what I wanted to do was show you that again as we begin this second video and compare it to the way you're going to learn it as a complete beginner so you can see where we're going and where that comes from. So we're going to learn 3-note chords, and this is what it sounds like when we play it the way I'm going to teach you next. At first, we're not even going to play that exact beat. At first, we're just going to play it like this. What I want you to do is take your first finger and put it on the first string of the first fret, and just play that one note. And that's an F note. And I want you to put your pick, now when you hold your pick, you put your pick between the thumb and your finger like that, and hold it just like that. And because we're strumming chords, I do keep my hand open. I don't close it, I keep it open, and I may not necessarily put my pinky down when I strum. In fact, I don't, but I do let it hang loose. Okay, and that's what you want to do. Now I want you to strum from the third string, second, into the first, like that. Right? Now your notes should sound like mine, and if they don't, you need to get your guitar in tune, that's all. And I have a video on my YouTube channel, Patrick Gallagher Guitar Lessons, Blues Guitar Lessons, and you can go there, a video that I made that teaches you how to tune your guitar. And when you get done, you'll be in tune with me here, okay? It's at Patrick Gallagher's Blues Guitar Lessons. You just search that on YouTube and you'll find it. Alright, so let's play this like this. And I'm going to play it a little bit slower, but what we're going to do is I'm going to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each count, 2, 3, 4, you're strumming down, okay? But after the 4th one, I want you to turn your hand, and I want you to put your palm, this part of your palm, on all the strings and stop the ringing of the guitar for maybe a second. But we're going to do it like an exercise, and the exercise is going to go like this. What we're going to do is I'm going to count first, then I'm going to play it as an example for you. Just listen at first, and then we'll do a practice session after, okay? So here's how it's going to go. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. 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 Now if you notice, we're strumming 4 times and stopping by putting our palm down and stopping, alright? We're not really keeping strict time. I'm just got you practicing how to make these movements with your hand, okay? Practice this as slow as you can. Notice that we do the 4 strums and stop 4 times, okay? And that's called 4 measures. Each time we do 4 beats, it's a measure, okay? Now, let's practice this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. 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 Okay, let's do it again. I won't say stop this time, but I think you get it. Alright? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your G7th chord. It's the first chord. And the second chord is a C chord. To make the C chord, we're just going to take the first finger again and we're going to put it on the second string of the first fret. And just pluck that one note. That's your C. It's a C note. And you're going to play the same 3 strings. Okay? Now what we're going to do is play that the same way we played the G7th chord, and we're only going to play it 2 measures though, okay? We're going to count to 4 and stop 2 times, alright? So let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's do it one more time. I'll count it and we'll play it just like we just did, alright? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's put those 2 together. What we want to do is go back to the G7th chord and play it like we did before, 4 measures. Then we're going to play that C chord like we just did. We're going to just do it right after the G7th chord. We're going to put them together. And then we're going to do 2 more measures of G7th again. If you want to play along with me while I do it the first time, that's great. But the first time I'm just really trying to show you. We'll do a practice session in a second for putting it all together. But this will basically be 8 measures, and what we're building on is a 12 measure blues progression. Alright, so we'll start with G7 and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go to C. And back to G7th again. Okay, so that's how we do it. Now, you want to make sure when you're using that first finger that that finger is only touching that string that you're pushing down on right behind that fret, and that it's not also touching the second string. See, when you're doing that with the second string, playing that C chord, make sure that that finger's not touching that first string, okay? You're going to make your finger go sideways like this, straight up and down, alright? Now, you can't really see what my first finger's doing, but basically that's just what it looks like. But my other fingers are still up and about, ready to play other notes, because as a guitar player later on, even though you might play just one note, you still have your fingers up and about ready, hovering over the strings in case you want to play something else. But so what you can do is you can practice it for now as a beginner just with your first finger, and you can put your other fingers to the side down here. Alright? Later on you won't play like that, but here's how we can play it right now. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on C now. Back to G7. Okay, So that's the first half of the song, well actually 3/4 of the song. The next video I'm going to teach you how to play this chord, which is the D7th chord, and that is basically the next chord in the progression. But what I want to talk to you about before we go to that next video is a little bit about what chord progressions are. Music theory is basically just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the musical vocabulary is basically A is a note, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over on A. Now if you start with A, you call the A a 1, and the B is 2, and C is 3, and so on. Now here we're starting with G. So the G7th is our first chord, and it's our 1 chord. So if G is 1, then A, because in our musical vocabulary it ends at G, A is the beginning, it starts over at A. So in this progression, G, then we start over to A is 2, so G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, and C is 4. So what we just played is a 1 to 4 chord progression. 1 is the G chord, and then the 4 chord is the C. Now after 4 is 5, so that means after C is D, that means D is our 5th chord in the key of G. So D7. So that's why we call this a 1, 4, 5 chord progression. And kind of help you understand what that means when you hear me say 1, 4, 5. But we'll go over later on in other lessons what music theory does to help you understand the structure of the songs and why they're built the way they are. But for now, the next video, we're going to learn the 5th chord, which is D7th. See you in the next video.